What up, though? It's your boy Nesto, and this is Landing on Mars podcast. And today's a special one. You know, as you can see to me, to the left of me, to the right of y'all, however y'all seeing it, I got that boy Travis T.
What's up? What's up?
San Marcos' own Travis T. Unique Division's own Travis T. Go Blooded. Yes.
You know what it is.
What's up, bro? How you doing, bro? How you doing?
Good.
I really appreciate you letting me come through. You know, I hadn't seen you in a while. You know, I know you've been doing your thing. I've been doing my thing. We're always on the grind. You know what I mean? So it's hard to kind of take the time. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Especially when you got a family, man. So how has I'm trying to get comfortable, bro. You know, like real shit. Like I still get the jitters, you know what I mean? When I'm doing this, like, I gotta still get the butterflies. But so how's life been treating you?
Right now, man, I can't complain at all, dog. Like it's, I went through a little rough patch, but now I'm back at it, making everything I gotta do, taking care of my business, taking care of my family. Shit, I can't complain, man. We all healthy. Ain't nobody got no COVID, so
hey, that's a blessing.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. You know, we in Texas, and they doing some crazy shit out here in Texas. But hey, it is what it is. I guess as individuals, we just gotta protect ourselves. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's where we're at now. So how was it? How was your winter? How was your winter? That storm that
little winter week.
Yeah, that winter. how was it for you?
I thought it was gonna be cool, man. On the cool. That first day I heard about it, I was like, "Oh, cool, man." You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be a little snowstorm. We gonna be alright. And then no electricity, no water. Shit, that shit hit hard everywhere.
That was pretty crazy. And we were actually trying to get together that weekend.
Yeah.
And then when I had hit you up, I know you were like, nah, it's just not going good or something. So I was like, damn, okay. And
it was kind of fucked up.
And I remember that Sunday I had went to Dollar General, and it was before like everything. It was just like a little bit of ice on the road, and I was already sliding and shit. So I was like, oh damn. And then the next day, yeah, it was pretty crazy. Yo, Texas, we had a little hard that day. Of course, like you said, we lost electricity. It was going off, like turning on and off.
Yeah, on and off throughout the...
Yeah, and then, of course, we were without water for a while. But luckily, we did have a pool. We have a pool.
Oh, so you just used that.
So we were just getting water from there. Like, yo, we gotta put our minds together. But,
gotta be smart, man. Gotta adapt.
Hell yeah, man. Shit, you gotta survive. You did.
That's
what it was. Like, yo... What you have in the house, you gotta cook. You gotta figure out.
You gotta figure it out. Now it's like that phone ain't gonna help you,
for real.
Yeah. And then nobody didn't even have any internet or nothing.
Yo, I had the cheat code. I had my laptop. So every time the power came on, I was charging it. So when power was going off, I was good. Like
that's I tried to keep my laptop charged just so I was like, man, if I get bored, I'm gonna pop a movie in, do something.
That's what we were doing. Because literally there was nothing to do. You had no TV. You had no phone. And it's crazy to think how much the phone plays a role in your everyday life. You know what I mean? It's crazy. But, all right, bro, I just want to get into, you know what I mean? Like, Landing on Mars originally was, let's make a toast, but me wanting to come to y'all, like, come drive to y'all, you know what I mean? You know, me with my job, I don't really play with my license, you know what I mean? So I kind of cut that equation out the way. So, ultimately, my show is always about saluting the people I'm around. You know, I've known you for a good while. You know what I mean? I've seen you from when I used to crew, when I was driving in San Marcos, I'm looking like, yo, that's T walking right there. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
Way back.
And it was never in one specific side. You was always everywhere. And I was like, man, like, that's T. I always felt bad. Like, I was always in a rush when I saw you.
Oh,
it was like fuck, like man, like what's he doing? You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, man. So I've seen you, I've known you for a while, and I salute what you do, and that's why I just want to get the start, the motivation, and where did it all start for Travis T?
Damn, that's a. Where did it all start? On the cool shit.
It begins.
Yeah, real shit. Once Travis T, man, to understand and to know where that came from, honestly, it's just like once I realized who I was, not necessarily like in a spiritual way, nothing like that. I'm talking about once I realized who my brothers were, once I realized the respect that they had from other people and like all that. is what I was like. Okay, I'm not just some normal ass nigga. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So a normal ass person. So I'm like, it was like I gotta live up to that name. Mm-hmm. So it was just like, and then Travis, and then it was just like everybody has a tag name, everybody has a name that they want to go by. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And since I might try to sound like an asshole, but ever since I was man, this is like 13 years old, dog. I always said, Travis T. I ain't never gonna change my name, like, because like I don't need no alias. So if I ever do something, you ever hear something, or ever do anything, it's always gonna be like, oh, Travis T. And when they say Travis T, you're gonna know it's me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There ain't gonna be no other. Oh, there's two people named this, and there's two people named that.
They get confused.
Yeah, nah, it's me, and this is gonna be me. So that was the beginning. Once I realized what my family was, my brothers were, and the name they put out there, I felt like I had to keep that uplifted and make sure that shit stick forever. Like,
yeah. So, are you originally from San Marcos?
Raised in San Marcos. My family's raised in San Marcos. I was raised in San Marcos. I was actually born in Fort Worth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Out of all my brothers, man, I was the only one born in Fort Worth, and I was yeah, man. I was raised in San Marcos, everything, but yeah, it's fucking crazy.
So you were born there, and then right away came to San Marcos.
Nah, I think we might have stayed there for. We might stay for maybe a couple months, almost a year, maybe. Mm-hmm. Before, and then my dad was on the run, all kinds of crazy shit. And
wow!
So we just had to come back over here because we need more people down here than up there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So it was is what you're in? Is it like family based or like?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
So do you want to talk about that?
I can talk about
Okay. So like. Cause I know that shit is cold. Like I remember, back in the day when I used to live with y'all.
Yeah.
Like I remember seeing stuff, and I you know me, I've never been the type of person to go say shit. If I see it, it's like wow.
Observe and
you know what I mean. So like how far back does that go for you?
Man, for me or just in general?
Well, in general, cause like you said, once you figured out who your brothers were, you knew, hey, I'm not just this regular ass nigga. Like I'm somebody, you know what I mean? Yeah. So how far does that go back?
If I had to put a time frame on it, bro, I would have to say maybe shit. So I'm 30, man. I started banging. I was 15, so that's what 04. So I would say I was born in 1990. My oldest brother's 10 years older than me, so mid 90s, dog. Mid 90s, late 90s, 99 maybe, because my older brothers would have been 19, so maybe about mid 90s, mid to late 90s.
Damn.
And that's just been here in San Marcos, man. It's just they held it down and they did everything they could, man. Everybody has if you're a real motherfucker, other people are gonna be like, I want to put this person down. But my brothers chose to go a route that it was just them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It was just family. It was just they started it basically. They didn't want to follow. They wanted to start something and have shit to go on. You know what I'm saying? So what they did was link up with somebody. I'm not gonna say no names, but they linked up with somebody from Houston, and they started making their own They brought up a set in San Marcos, and then it was boom. It's just been from there, man.
Damn. Yeah. So. It goes back to your brother.
It goes back to my oldest brother, bro.
So it's how many brothers you got?
I got 7 real brothers. I got 6 real brothers, same mom, same dad. I got a half brother, and then I got a step brother and stepsister. So I got a big family.
Yeah. So is it all the family or how
Nah. It's just my brothers, my last name. Okay. I got my oldest brother. He's a Garcia, and we just have the same dad, but he took his mom's name, and they represented a different. There was only 2 blood sets in San Marcos then. Well, there's only one now, and we know who it is. But back then it was 2, or maybe it might have been a couple. But he belonged to another set. So it was always a mutual respect, though. It was never disrespectful. as far as Bloods on Bloods, it was all. I mean, but yeah, he belonged to that, and then my brothers were just like, all right, well, we gonna rock with this. This is what we gonna do, and she's been rocking and rolling for it. Man, it's crazy when now that I say it. Shit, 95 was it 90 between say 97. Was it 97? What's that? Almost.
It's like what? 24 years.
20 something, almost 30 years, dog.
Yeah, damn. So this is like.
It's ingrained in San Marcos, dog. Like
that's something that. So does that like? I know now. Like, of course, I'm gonna kind of be going fast forward.
You're not.
It's like not necessarily freestyle, but you know what I mean. I just want to get the conversation. So like, how things were back then? Are they that way for you now? Or like, can you evolve in that type of lifestyle, or like how what is evolving in that type of lifestyle?
Evolving in that type of lifestyle would be in that lifestyle per se would be like just becoming the top, like you become the top of the food chain. You allow it all boils down to you. Like anybody can have a say so. It's all free will. It's all free enterprise. So everybody's gonna do what they're gonna do. Nobody looks up. Nobody follows anybody's rules. Like, but to get a final say so on anything, it's got to go through a certain person.
Wow. And
you know what I'm saying, and that upper person, and that was my oldest brother at one point. He was in and out of prison. Though went to one of my other brothers. He's no longer with us anymore, and before that, it came to me. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, if you a blood in San Marcos and I don't know you, then I mean, if you're from San Marcos and you say you're a blood and I don't know you, then I don't consider you a blood. Or you know what I'm saying? Unless you really know your shit. Unless you, but I've had people go out of town, and they get put down on another set over there, and then before they move back to San Marcos, they contact me and be like, hey, I know woo, you're a blood down there, or you're whatever down there, and just letting you know I'm moving back to town. I got put down with this set. It's all gonna be love. Okay, cool. You came at me with respect. We did this, did that, and that was it. It's like I got love for people if they got love for me. But if you're gonna come down here and try to shut something down, then it's not. It's a whole nother story. But yeah, man, that's
so ultimately levels to it.
Yeah, it's really like it's other people would think of it as like, oh, you gotta make this much money for the gang, or you gotta do this and that. Nah, man, it's. To like us, like I said, it's all family based, and we do. It's not like if you ain't family, you can't hang, but it's ultimately like a respect and a loyalty thing. Like I've seen my brothers do a lot of stuff. I've seen and I've heard about it, and it wasn't from them. I've heard a lot of stories from other people. So that's what made me give respect to them. Like that's what made you know what I'm saying? Like I felt like that. So that's what it's.
It wasn't something that they had to say, hey, I did this, I did that, I did that. They just kept it to themselves, and other people around were like, hey, yo, he's down. You know what I mean?
Like that's
real.
Yeah,
okay,
that's what it is.
You're hearing the war stories and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So how does that go into play? Because it always because me, like I said, I've been around y'all, but I've always been on the outside looking in. You know, so to me it's and I don't know, because that's why I'm like, man, you make it look easy, because it's like you have your family, and I remember back in the day, you'd be like, hey, we gotta go do this. You know what I mean? Like you and JP would leave, and I'm like, okay, you're like, nah, you're good. Don't you don't have to go. We got this. You know what I mean? I'm just like, okay, but how do you evolve from stuff like that?
It's just in any gang, in any group, organization, whatever. There's gonna be times when you have to do something. You have to because there's gonna be people that are gonna try to test that. They're gonna be like, what, San Marcos? This is what you get a lot of. What, San Marcos? That's a college town. They ain't no gangsters over there. Yeah. They ain't no bloods over there. Well, you come down here and you really want to see a motherfucker that's about that shit. I'll be happy to show you somebody that's about that shit. Yeah. Whether, you know what I'm saying, whether it be letting you know what I know, or however you want to go about it. Mm. But that's the way it was like you said. I would always be like, we got to go handle this. We got to go do this. And it was always like I said back then, it was if my brothers called, if anybody that was my people was called, it was man, I didn't think I was gonna live past 25 on the cool. So it was just like anything that they needed, I was there.
Yeah. No hesitation.
No hesitation. Like, no nothing. No where you at. Why? No nothing. It's just like, all right, I'll be right there. Like, that's it. Like that's just it.
So like, if you were at work, you'd be like, hey, I gotta go.
I've walked out of work.
Yeah.
Before. Yeah.
So you like you walked.
I walked out. I told him like something happened with my little brother. He got into it with some peoples and. They called me and they told me my little brother got jumped, and I just walked out. I was like, I gotta go. I just walked out of work. And that was it. Like, it's just. I mean, that's when you sign up for that type of life. That's just the type of life you come with. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just,
and like the way you say it's the lifestyle that comes with it. But then for y'all, it's a little bit more because it's
family. Yeah, so it's that much more.
So it's like you have a homie and it's like, hey, we're homies. And like you said, the way they would call you, it's like, okay, I'm because y'all are down for each other. But when it's a family member,
it's that much
more.
Yeah.
And you said like I said, bro, like I see this shit. You know what I mean? Because like I even see it like with King Von, man. Like I thought like because I was thinking to myself, he's making good money, he's making good music, but he's still part of that lifestyle. Yeah. What keeps a person making money, having success, having kids? I don't know if he had kids or not, but
I think he had like 2. I think.
Like I just think like what makes a person hold back, or what makes them still part of that, like still want to be down. You know what I mean?
Yeah. To me, the way I see it on the cool now, because now I just have let me put it that way. I got custody of my 2 nephews when I was 25. That's what I've had them for 5 years now. Okay. And then I just had my son. He's about to be 2.
Yeah, you've been taking care of responsibility.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So my mentality is like, back then I was a kid looking at that. Now I'm an adult looking at the exact same thing. So now I got different I have to think differently. Because if a lot of people think that if they're gonna be in a gang, that's just gonna be their mentality for the rest of their life. Mm-hmm. When it's not that's not the case. Like I say I'm gonna be this till I die, and I really am gonna be this till I die. I'm not gonna put it in front of my son and make him be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? It's not that tight, but I'm gonna be this until the day I die. It's just because my loyalty is that much. Like I have that much loyalty to this. I've done so much for this that I can't just up and leave. Yeah, just walk away from it. So but as far as what you said with the question, man, it's just the mentality, man. Like knowing, it's basically like how can I put it the best way I can? Knowing responsibility, knowing what you have to do to maintain, and taking care of your business, whether it be in the streets or at home. But the hardest part about it all is keeping the two separately. Like, just for instance, taking your family somewhere and then you end up seeing somebody you don't like. It's either gonna happen or it's not. Mm-hmm. And if it's gonna happen or it's not, I'm ready for anything. Like and that's just that's the mentality that I gotta keep. But also, okay, put it that way. That's the perfect example. If I go somewhere, put that as a perfect example. If I go somewhere and I see somebody I don't like, or somebody that you know what I'm saying, whatever, we had something back in the day. If I see this dude and I'm with my wife and my kids, and they, how can I put it? And they say something, it's always gonna be like that type of I'm just gonna be ready for whatever. But at the same time, it's like I'm not gonna. Before I would be like, what the fuck you looking at? Like, you know what I'm saying? I would be like, I would be the first to jump. Yeah. But now I'm just like, all right, I got, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna chill. But if he says something that's gonna, we gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like,
okay, so you'll just keep cool.
Yeah, I'm keeping cool. Yeah,
until something like until
they break that ice. But it don't happen.
So now things are a whole lot different from when you were younger. So
yeah.
Back in the day, it was like, okay,
if you don't grow, you're just you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, you got.
You know what I'm saying? You got.
Okay, so that's what I was. So you answered like kind of both questions on the inside of that lifestyle and then how you evolve around the.
Yeah.
Now I want to say the outside, but you know what I mean, like when you try to keep it separate. You know what I mean?
You try, but I mean sometimes it doesn't work. Like with that King Von situation, man, it was real fucked up, man. And but he handled that shit. He handled that shit like a G, and I as much as fucked up and as much backlash people can say about it, man, I think that's it. I don't think that's how I'm pretty sure he wanted to grow old and die. You know what I'm saying, with his kids, but. Man, you live that life. That's just the way you want to go out.
So for that lifestyle, that was something that
you want to go out, standing your ground and maintaining what you believe in.
So how do you feel about that? How do you feel on the other end? How do you feel about like that, like the Quando Rondo?
Shit. Yeah. I mean, same thing with that. Like he knew what he was He knew what it was. He knew the lifestyle and shit. This lifestyle really is like, I'm not saying I'm the most gangster motherfucker in the world, but I can give you a little insight on that lifestyle. That lifestyle is either if a nigga puts a gun on you, or if something's going on, it's you or me. Like it's you or me. So I can't blame the dude for you know what I'm saying, or in like whatever happened. But if I just wish people are scared to get beat up, dog, nowadays. Niggas play with guns so much that they can't take an ass whooping anymore. So like,
it's not like back in the day.
Yeah, it's not like back in the day, bro. And like,
just you both walk away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you both. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. One of y'all might be butt bleeding. One of y'all might be whatever. But y'all both gonna walk away from that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that's the type of shit that I respect. But man, these kids, I mean, not these kids per se, but like people in general, they don't.
And then they want to say like the generation. You know what I mean? It's like it's crazy because it's like. Ultimately, you still have people that follow those rules of wanting to be down. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. You know what I mean? Like you said, that should come with the lifestyle. Yeah, man. When I heard about that, I was freaking out because I liked King Von. Like,
yeah, I like
the new album. I was just getting to it. I try to listen. Like if a new album comes out, I try to listen to it from front to back.
Yeah.
Then move on to the next one. But I was trying to get to it, and I remember telling one of my buddies, I was like, man, like I like King Von, but he does a lot of negative stuff. So when you hear his name, it's not necessarily like
it's always something.
Yeah, it's always like he's tweeting about this, he's doing this, and it's like, man, like
that's what it is, dog. Like that's what it is, dog. He was only what 27.
Yeah, he was young.
Okay, put it this way. Okay, so he was only 27, but he did 4 years in prison. So you got to think about that, man. You got to just subtract like 2 or 3 years off of his real age because he didn't see none of that shit. All he knew was gangster and him being the way he was when he got out of prison.
Yeah, and man, he had so much potential.
Yeah, man, he was cool. I really liked his music.
He was. I want to say the next one, but like to me, I think he was better than Durk. Like
Durk,
like Durk is dope.
I like Durk, but
I'm not really a diehard Durk fan, but he's nice. You know what I mean? But when it came to King Von, it was like, man,
it was just different.
Yeah, he was just dope. That's why I was like, man, like it just sucked when I heard the news about that, and that's why I like. Ever since then, I've always we have been talking about doing the interview.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that's what I'm gonna ask him, like the lifestyle. You know what I mean? Because like
he knew it, man. Like it sucks, dog. Like I wouldn't wish that on nobody. I wouldn't wish that on nobody. But you get, I mean, shit. Like the old saying, man, you knock on the devil's door long enough, someone's gonna answer. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just. If you play with that gun, you shoot that gun long enough, somebody's gonna shoot back and hit you.
You keep playing.
You know what I'm
fire,
saying? Like it's just there's millions of sayings, dog, and it's just that's what it is, bro.
It's like Jay-Z has that one line. He says, "You get what you ask for. You get it because you asked for it." Like,
exactly.
You know what I mean? Like
you're
getting what you asked for. But hell yeah, bro, that's crazy. As far as like music wise, when it comes to the music, bro, what made you want to jump into the music way like you did the music? Because I know on your preview you were talking about you doing your music, like the music, that's what made you want to do this. But like, what brought you back to that? And of course, like I tell you, bro, I'm just kind of jumping back.
Oh no,
forth,
you
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like shit, this is part 1. We still gonna have part 2.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Well, you know, we
gonna continue working. You dig? Like that's what we gonna be doing. So like, music, bro. Just talk to me about the music.
Music, on some real shit. I didn't like real music, actually recording and actually making a song. I didn't start that shit until I was maybe I had to have been maybe 16, 17. with Josh and my nigga Eric, but my man. I from when I was like 13 years old, my cousin used to just put on a little karaoke machine with some little instrumentals and just be like freestyle, and I'd be like, I don't know how to freestyle, and he was just like, it's not hard. You kind of showed me, and I stuck with it. And I would freestyle. My brothers would take me to places with them, and be like, hey, freestyle for them, and I was just real shit. Like, I would be like 12, 13 years old, would do to me too. And then crazy. And then I would be freestyling, and then but I never knew how to put it on a piece of paper. And then I got to high school, and I met Josh, and Josh was really, you know what I'm saying, into he that was his shit, like his music, you know what I'm saying. So Josh showed me how to write bars, like bar for bar. Josh showed me how to, and he showed me how to do a lot of stuff. And then me and him eventually came up, like, we started with the little shitty ass computer mics. We started, you know what I'm saying, just trying to do something, bro. Like, and I'm pretty sure every motherfucker that ever started out there with the Hood Studio, y'all motherfuckers recorded on that shit.
Bro, I can't even lie though. Like, you saying that he taught you how to like write the bars. He's the one that told me, bro, why don't you write? And then I remember going to his place, and we had the little the computer mic, bro. So I remember that shit. Bro.
That's what I'm saying. Me and Spinner go back. We go back,
man. It's like shit, probably a good 10 years. Shit, I've been down here for.
That sounds like probably longer than that, bro.
I've been down here for like 15 years already. I'm going on 14 years at work. And I was down here 2 years prior. So about 16 years.
Because I remember I met you the first. I want to say maybe the first time I met you, you lived right there by Longhorn Daiquiri. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to bring all that up, but like.
Oh, you know Spring West.
Yeah, Spring West. Yeah, I think that was the first time I ever met you.
Yeah, hell yeah, and that's when shit, man, it was fucking, bro, and that's when y'all were heavy.
Yeah, we were real. Yeah, we were real.
That's
deep.
when y'all were like active. Like that's what it was like.
It was just
shit. But yeah, bro, I'm just. Okay, my bad, bro.
Nah, you good. It got sidetracked.
Yeah, but shit. Okay, back to the music, JP, with the studio mic. Okay.
Yeah, bro. And then I still remember. Eventually, he got some monitors. He got another computer. We had a mic, but we didn't. Man, we're still learning about this, so we didn't have a mic stand. We would hang the motherfucker from the ceiling fan. And have the mic hanging. Do you remember this shit? You remember this shit or not?
I don't remember seeing that, but just like I remember doing that shit too myself. Like,
yeah, we used to hang the mic from the ceiling fan so it can come down just the right amount, and then boom, we just in there, bro. But that was speaking on that. I got speaking on that. Like my brother's like. Okay, my brother Pee Wee, he passed, man. He passed about 5 years ago. That was my nigga. I love that nigga. And my oldest brother Gus, he got locked up. Maybe about 2-3. Maybe it's been about 3 or 4 years ago now. He's doing 25. So yeah, so he's doing 25, bro. And and when I talk about us recording in the mic in the studio like that, it brings back a lot of memories because they would like. I was too young, but I never really liked drinking. I was too young to go to the bar and do all the shit, but I would be at Josh's house recording, bullshitting, and they would call right after the bar, 2-3 o'clock in the morning. What are y'all doing? Then chilling. All right, we're gonna go through and freestyle, and I'm talking about we would have freestyle sessions for hours, dog. Just put an instrumental on and just freestyle, and those are some of the best memories on the cool. Like those are some badass memories of just. Me and my brothers and Josh just freestyling. My sister-in-law before she passed, she was there. Like it would just be us, bro. Like, and it was always a family thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Josh, I consider my family. I consider you my family. But it's like it was always a family thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, not necessarily like like the way family get together. It was just like that's my brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I got you.
That it just made me think about that. I forgot about that shit. That's fucking crazy.
Man, hell yeah, bro. That's dope, man. Shit, when I got down here, y'all the ones that really got me more into the music. I always could freestyle. I was always freestyling back in San Antonio, but it was never to the point where I like
actually
bought something like going to the studio at Josh's. That was the first time I was in the studio.
Damn.
That's why I always respect y'all. That's why I always have love for y'all. That's why when like the whole Unique Division thing didn't really happen.
Yeah.
I was like, man, they still my niggas. Like,
yeah. It was always.
I remember that one cat, Johnny. He was like, nah.
Little skinny Johnny.
Yeah, he was like, man, I went to Josh's house. He was talking about you. I'm like, man, don't even worry about it. Like, that's not. Because I guess he was mad or something. And I was like, I said, like, if Josh has a problem, he's gonna. They're gonna contact. I'm not gonna listen to what you're saying. I said, man, I don't know what's wrong with him. And like, because I remember he used to hang out with y'all.
Yeah, he started. I don't know that. He didn't hang out with me. He hung out with Josh. I was just.
And that's why I'm like, nah, man. Like, and then when I came back to San Marcos, it was all love. You know what I mean? I was just like, man, like.
That's how you know it's just.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, and that's what like now we're sitting here now and we're thinking about it. It's like, damn, like I've been around for like a good 13, 14 years, like. Shit, and it's always been solid with us.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I ain't never had no issues, no nothing.
Yeah, man, it's always been respected, shit, and that's the dopest thing, and that's why for me, bro, I really appreciate you letting me come out here, cause I just want to be able that person to give people their flowers.
Yeah.
Like I always tell my fiance, I'm not too sure exactly what I'm supposed to be doing in this world, but if I can leave some positivity behind, and if someone could hear this and be like, yo, I don't want to be a gangster, I want to. Do this, you know what I mean? Or you know what, someone looks at it and says, "Hey, I want to do it." You know what I mean?
This is what I want. Like, man, that's what I want to do.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to give positivity to the world, bro. So that's why, that's why I really appreciate you letting me come through. But how I know you were talking about your brother, and I apologize about that, bro.
No, you good.
I remember we did that one song, Never. Was it Never?
I want to say it's like it had that hook on it.
Yeah, bro, and. It was crazy because I had never met your brother, but I always felt that I knew him by what you would say and by what JP would say. And at the time when we were recording, that like he was around, like I don't know if he was around like physically.
He was in a prison.
Yeah, but he was like you were always like communicating with him. You were always talking about Pee Wee, and I'm like, cool, like hell yeah. So,
that's
like,
my nigga. Man.
And like that's why like to me it hurt. Like that's why I was like, man, like I was always in my own world. That's when like man I could have just went and met him one time, you know what I mean? But like I said, I always felt I met him spiritually. You know what I mean? But so about that, bro, how are you doing? Like as like with dealing with that, how's that going for you? If not, you know, like you know.
No, you good? Yeah,
like, you gotta talk about it, bro. I just
you gotta deal with that shit as best as you can, man. Like I say my nephew and my son. You might hear my nephew, you might hear my son, but I mean. He's my nephew, but I'm raising him, so I say he's my son. Mm-hmm. So I talk to him about that a lot, man. But me, as far as coping with it, man, it's just day by day on the cool. Like they all like that whole cliche shit that time heals all, and it's gonna get better, and man, that shit ain't none of that shit true. Like you know what I'm saying? And ever since my brother passed, I've always told people, look, like I'm not gonna be one of those people to tell you that, but I'm gonna tell you that I'm sorry and. Just keep your head up because I can't. There's nothing much you can say about it.
Oh yeah.
So me, I just try to get through it, man. Like there is days that I'm just like, man, I'm bummed out. Like I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to do nothing. Yeah, I just want to be left alone. And then, but the very beginning when it first happened, it was real bad, man. Like I really don't remember. Probably like 6 months to a year after that, bro. Like I was on real heavy on pills, on drink, like everything, anything I can get my hands on. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. But like pills, drink, you know what I'm saying, some bud, whatever. I had to keep myself away from feeling.
So that was like the numbness.
That was to numb it. I had to numb it,
and then feel nothing about it. Like
and then whenever I now basically. I said it in one of my posts one time on Facebook where I was like, I can't wait. And this was when it first happened. I was like, I can't wait. I can't wait for the tears that I shed for you to turn into a smile that I have for you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I miss you. I'm gonna miss you forever. But like, I gotta remember all the good shit. I gotta remember all the good, like all the smiles. Because in all reality, to me, that's one way of somebody living internally, like is through all the memories, through all the smiles. Like I'm gonna tell my son about him. I'm gonna tell my partners about him. You never met him and you knew him. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the type of love I have for my brother. And yeah, man, it does get hard. It gets real hard at times, like,
that shit was crazy. I remember when we recorded that song too.
Yeah,
like we were at and we were all in the studio at the time too. Like it was all three of us.
I missed that shit on the cool.
Yeah, we did that shit. It was just like damn, like hell yeah. And then like I said, I had always felt like that. Like if I had never told you that, then like my bad. And like even with like the whole like Unique division, like I always had love for y'all, always had respect for y'all, and like that's why I never like wanted anybody to say, oh, he said this, he said that. I was like, man, I never fucked with anybody in San Marcos, not cause of y'all, but because I fucked with y'all.
Yeah, like, and it was just that loyalty.
Yeah, you know and it was like if you didn't like this person, it was like I'm not that I necessarily don't like him. I'm not gonna keep my distance. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I have nothing to tell you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I feel you.
And I was never like I said, never that type of person. But yeah, bro, I think about that shit too, cause like man, like. When you hit those bumps, and like I always say potholes. Like,
yeah.
Like people always say bumps, but I've been on the road too long to understand that if there's a bump ahead, you're gonna get a little sign.
Yeah.
Bump ahead. You know what I mean? So I say potholes because potholes are not supposed to be there, but they happen to be there. So when you ever hit the potholes, man, like it's just backing up. For me, whenever things happen for me, it was I kind of ran from it too much. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want to deal with it, and then when I finally did deal with it. It was like okay, like I'm like it sucks because you want to be positive, but you still always have that regret of man, what if I did more? What if I did this? What if I did that?
And that's always gonna be
so it's like I guess for me it was like I had to like understand that it was bigger than me. It wasn't. It was before me. Yeah, like it was before me, and it was just bigger than me. You know what I mean? And it's crazy. Like it's crazy, but like now that I accepted it, look where I'm at. You know what I mean? Like. I'm engaged. I'm happy. Shit, I was single for like almost 10 years. Like, it's fucking.
That's
crazy,
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I remember all that shit.
Like,
it's fucking.
It's like it's crazy, bros. But yeah, bro. Like, and that's why, like, of course, that's why I think about you, man. I think about JP too, man. Like, I always I'll always hit up JP. Like, hey, hope you're doing good. And even with you too, like, hey, bro, like, hope y'all doing good, man. Hope everything's going straight. So, like, where do you see yourself going? Like, as far as like, with your podcast, with the music. Well, like, what do you see yourself dabbling with coming up?
Man, everything, bro. I don't. One of the things I said on that little preview was like I wanted to have different outlets, and then I feel you gotta have different outlets. Like you gotta have different outlets because whatever you're feeling, it can't be expressed in certain ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, and on the cool shit, my brother, whenever he passed, like it bring out a lot of me, bro. Like, and it as I don't want it to sound like fucked up, but I don't know if I can cuss.
No, you get shit.
I don't know if I don't want it to sound like messed up or nothing, but like when my brother passed, bro, like I really started getting into like drawing. Like to keep myself busy, like to keep my head out of like the dumb shit, like because like
to not let your thinking become
because like there was a point in time where it was over. Like I had made my bed, I talked to a couple of people, and I was prepared to go to prison for the rest of my life, and I was I was like, I'm gonna, man, I ain't never thought about killing myself, but you know what I'm saying, I was ready to go to prison for the rest of my life. I was lining some stuff up to take care of my girlfriend at the time, now my wife. Like, this is before I had my son, so I was just trying to make sure everybody was gonna be straight, and and then I had to get myself out of that. Like, I had to get myself out of that. So in order for me to keep my mind busy, I started painting. Like, I started drawing. I started painting, started painting on walls. I started, you know what I'm saying? I started focusing more on my music. I started getting real deep into my music. I started doing shoes. And then now with this podcast, like, I just want to take it as big as I can, man. And I don't want it just to be like a comedian podcast or a podcast about music or a podcast about fucking reviews. I want it to be like, I really want it to be like a platform for one, so we like speak on it, like, but I also want it to be like, cause on some real shit, like I said, these kids these people I don't want to say kids because it's you know what I'm saying. I'm talking. I'm not talking about little kids. I'm talking about like this generation. Everybody around, like they all want to shoot. I want to bring back that, like, man, if you got a problem, knuckle up, handle it, finish it. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to bring that back, but it's all steps. So right now it's just maintaining that podcast.